Now, one thing I've complained to you a number of times is that I have a lot of content ideas that I want to write about. Most of them are just basically one-liners that are just a headline. I've either dropped them into headline tools or created them using AI in the past, or created them myself based on keywords that I knew that people wanted. So I have a ton of ideas. I've made a lot of progress with a lot of these, but unless they're blog posts, I really haven't gone through some of the videos, haven't really gone through some of the podcasts. And you wanted to do a live stream where we're doing like a live recording of it. So that's kind of the deal.
Is this the right tool channel? Should we tell them to go here? What website should they go to see this and hear about what you're doing?
So this is probably the most prudent one right now. This PolyTools is the creator toolkit that I created for people to actually find the right tools for them, whether it's podcasting or creating a blog or finding the right repurposing tool. In fact, I actually made it because of the knowledge management task, that one right there, the first one on the left, 106 items. Basically, I found that there was no website that had all of the different note-taking, project management, task management, and more importantly, knowledge management tools, as well as the content repurposing category as well. And so between those two categories, I really wanted to share with the world all the cool different tools I found. You know me, Duck. I like sharing tools. I know you do too. When I first showed this to you, it was like catnip for you.
Oh, yeah. It's a problem. It's a problem. That's why I don't go to this website anymore. It's too many tools. Too many tools that I like and experiment with. That's exactly right. Would you be willing to either show people, like, what kind of content pieces are you trying to create for next year? Can you share your screen or just talk about the subjects? What are you trying to do?
I think let's talk about it, because sharing the screen won't really do much because all I have is the one line there. But Right now on my channels, I have one video going out a week because I batch recorded a whole bunch a little while back. And I have one going out to the end of December for the PolyTools channel and the end of January for the other channel. And because of that, I have all these ideas that I still want to get done. And I'm debating whether or not I want to double up and just post 3 a week or 2 a week, or if I'm just going to extend the batching and just let it schedule out ahead of time. Either way, the point is I want to make content to get through this list of ideas, because I have a whole bunch of ideas that I've been sitting on for a while. Some of the ones that I have, I have to kind of wait till the right moment, which is kind of, I know, not what you want to hear, but
yeah. I'm not hearing it. We're going to talk about that later on, but continue. Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one for the PolyTools channel is this creator equation I came up with, and it's a matter of strategy and automation and execution. Those are the 3 categories when it comes to success as a content creator, and how do you go about doing that? The next topic I wanted to create content on is what I've learned from countless social media management tools or schedulers. I've looked at all 100 tools on the market over the last 12 years, honestly, at this point. I started blogging back in 2012, and I started looking at social media schedulers even back then. And so I've been in this world for a long time, even if I wasn't super active over the 2010s, in the middle of it. I've been looking at social media tools for a long time, and there's been a lot of issues and good things that I've seen. So I just wanted to make a video based on that. The next one is, what is knowledge management? Knowledge management is the process of organizing all your notes and data, and in this case, content production. And that's what my main channel is about, PolyInnovator, knowledge management for polymaths. And I just wanted to have a basic SEO video, like what is knowledge management? What can I just do to explain it? And then the next one is more specific to that niche, knowledge management for polymaths, kind of going a little bit deeper into that niche. Finally, I started the PolyInnovator channel around this do-it-yourself degree, and I have a video idea that I wanted to do, why you need a modular degree. And so that's the 5 or 6 ideas that I had listed out here.
Okay. Love it. So as we're talking about this, Erica's, by the way, is talking about strategy, automation, execution are a few of my favorite things. We love it. And that's why I'm glad that you're hanging out here. So what we're talking about here, and the reason why we're live streaming, is to show you, if you're stuck or you feel overwhelmed with creating content or what should you be doing, you can be live streaming like this, and then you can chop up your content and then be able to split it and do it a bunch of different ways. So we're showing you in a real-time scenario what we're going to be using. And so it's just another way to think about it. Instead of just having a private conversation or someone's like, oh, we should have recorded a podcast or we should have done that. Yeah, just start recording. Just start doing that. And Dustin has so many good ideas. And Dustin's been talking about how he needs to finish this up. Last week, I was like, enough of this. We're going to blitz this thing, and we're going to finish this up and put a real dent into it before we go into 2025. Yeah, we're gonna get started in a second. What were you thinking?
Too, by the way. Opus clip, definitely should shout that out in this case, considering what we're doing.
Yeah, you're right. Could you talk about Opus, what it is?
I can talk about Opus because, again, like with the social media management tools, I've been in the space for a long time. I have always wanted to really repurpose my content quite a bit. And so over the last 4 years, I've looked at all these different repurposing tools, and most of them had too much complexity, too many steps to complete the job, and I was frustrated by that. And so I never actually ended up using them because it took too many steps to get it done. Opus Clip came out last year, and as you know, I have like 170 interviews. Around that time, I had 130, and so I had hours and hours and hours and hours of content that I needed to repurpose and market. I wasn't marketing my show. Opus came out of the woodwork. I dropped my videos into there and got back 2,000 usable clips using this tool. And so I fell in love with it. And it's one of those things where we are talking about repurposing. And what we're doing today is repurposing this live stream into pillar pieces of content. You're helping me try to make videos and blog posts and stuff like that. However, what people can obviously do is turn this into a strategy where once a week you do a live stream, you cut out 3 highlights from it that are long form videos, 15 minutes each, but then you can use the entire live stream to create clips. You can transcribe it into a blog post, maybe even multiple blog posts. You cut out the audio from the videos and turn it into a podcast. You start making clips using Opus Clip. You even take the quotes from the transcript and turn them into tweets. Then you can take those tweets and turn them into images. And so there's a lot of different ways you can repurpose a long form video like this.
I love it. So all good things. And as Dustin is talking about this right here, I decided to use a tool, and I'm writing down notes right here of different things that I'm learning. So he was breaking this down: strategy plus automation times execution equals success. Cut out the manual tasks and make them automated, for another term. You're just making it go automatically without any help. Okay, so having helpers, we looked at planning out your content using something like Notion or Obsidian or somewhere where you can really save that knowledge or that information so you don't feel overwhelmed. Scheduling content, restructuring content, and AI or virtual assistants.
So there's always going to be things that come up, but you have to find time.
And this is why when we were talking about it, and the whole purpose of this was, we're just going to do it. We're going to have these videos. We're going to go out and show people what we do, creative ways, and take what you like and incorporate it what works for you. So this has been really good. So if we go back, first video right there. And for me, we were talking about this new tool. I saw another streamer use this. I love drawing. I love writing notes like this. And so this is what helps me stay engaged. And when Dustin and other guests this is really good information, I just love drawing it out and having notes for myself.
One of my channels is about knowledge management. And so I wanted to create a visual aid for my video that I was making. And so this is the series. Maybe we could make this into a video too, I'm not sure, but is it sharing? All right.
There we go.
So I created a mind map of the framework for my system. So this is the system I created on the knowledge management channel, where you have the yearly layer, the quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. I go over this much more in depth on that channel itself, but I basically use this function, this canvas function, to create a visual aid for my video. So as I'm going through it, I can basically talk about the points within this layer of it. I thought that was kind of interesting to share.
All right, one subject down, next one to go. What are we going to be talking about next?
What I've learned from using countless social media scheduling, and that's why you use tools like this to make this omnipresent syndication.
And thank you for sharing with us. Mm-hmm. So that's a really good way of how you structure your social media, why you're using it. For Nuelink, so they allow you to do RSS automation.
Yeah, they keep adding more and more automations. And I think it's just super curious. Look at all the different options that you have when it comes to what automations you have on this platform. So auto import your YouTube videos, or if you're using WordPress, I use Ghost. Internet somewhere around here as well. You have regular RSS feeds too. You can even do your Medium posts, Pinterest cross-posting against other different platforms, Instagram cross-posting like I mentioned before. All my Instagram pics now go to Pinterest as well. If you want to combine this with Make, so you need a little bit more advanced automation, you can use Make. I think Zapier's on here as too. Yeah, so you can really do a lot with this.
So what we're going to do is we'll put a link down below.
Yes, let's wrap it up, because I think that the idea behind this video is that I wanted to share what I learned from it. And these are the things that I wanted. Here's the tools that I used. However, what I've learned is that the tool needs to work for you. Someone may love Buffer because it's minimalist, but it's lacking any sort of automation really and that kind of thing, and it's expensive. And so for me, I can't afford to pay that price for it, and Nuelink offers way more for the value in that same comparison of price. So figuring out what you need from a social media management tool is kind of the first step. Figuring out how much you can afford, maybe go for a lifetime deal, although one thing I've learned pretty much the hard way is that every social media management tool that I've gotten on lifetime deals, I've had a bad experience with. Social Macro, Vista Social, that kind of thing. Both of them weren't good experiences. Social Macro even died out completely. It doesn't even work at all anymore. So you have to figure out what works for you, try to figure out what tools you can afford and which features that you really need, and then do a comparison. So I would definitely go out of your way to make a Eisenhower matrix to compare with different tools and that kind of thing.
Right after we get off this stream, guess what? I'm about to do another live stream.